Welcome back, hockey fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking NHL hockey all season long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And it is that time of year, my friends. It is time for the final two teams to compete for Lord Stanley's Cup, and this is going to be a great Stanley Cup final. We are getting a rematch of the 2024 Stanley Cup Finals, which will feature the Florida Panthers from the East and the Edmonton Oilers from the West. And oh baby, I am fired up for this one. I would not be surprised if we see another 7-game series. The Panthers have looked like they are on an absolute mission. I do believe they are the gold standard in the league today. 3 consecutive Stanley Cup Finals appearances for the Panthers. Obviously, they lost the first one to the Golden Knights a few years back before ultimately beating the Oilers in 7 last year, and we're going to get it ran back. Oh, we are getting it ran back. Oilers looking to avenge that Cup Finals loss they took last year. McDavid was fired up. A lot of you probably saw the special they had on Amazon with the behind-the-scenes cameras and all that, and McDavid was very animated after some of those games, as well as after the Game 7 loss, obviously. But this one's going to have a little bit of everything. Both the Panthers and the Oilers dispatched their opponents in the conference finals in 5 games. Oilers way too much for the Stars, and the Panthers were way too much for the Carolina Hurricanes, and the table is set. I am fired up, and I do think this is going to be a close series. Despite a lot of people feeling Florida might take it, I do believe the betting line right now is pretty close to even. And I can make a case for why both teams will win. The Oilers obviously have just been scoring a ton of goals lately. And the Panthers, like I said, are the gold standard. They have a little bit of everything. Skill, grit, skilled grit. And they are an entertaining team to watch. I like watching both the Oilers and the Panthers. And it is a bittersweet reminder of just how far my New Jersey Devils are as a whole team from playing at that level. When you watch some of these games, you're like, wow, this is what true contenders look like, and it's just another level of hockey in these playoffs, and I'm sure a lot of other Devils fans watching right now feel the same way. And hopefully in time the Devils could add some pieces to our existing core to get us closer to these teams, but these teams are very, very good, and they're playing again in the finals. I do think the main kind of element of the series is going to be goaltending. Now on paper, Bobrovsky, he's the guy. He's definitely better than Skinner, but Skinner looked very good in the conference finals. I think the key for the Panthers to go back-to-back is going to be to get Skinner looking shaky again. We've seen it in previous seasons where he didn't look so great, and that was kind of a question mark hanging over the Oilers for the past few years. Are they ever going to get a bona fide number 1 goalie that could really carry them? And while they still haven't, Pickard won some games earlier on in this playoff, and then Skinner got in there and has been playing well. And so I do think a key for the Panthers is going to be to try to rattle Skinner and get to him early. See if you could get him to kind of revert back to the old Skinner a lot of us have seen in the past. And for the Panthers, they're a tough team to crack. I don't know what the Oilers are going to do. Obviously, their power play is lethal. With the man advantage, you don't want to be on that PK, because when you see Draisaitl and McDavid out there, my God, and you got Bouchard, I mean, they just have so many weapons between both of these teams. A lot of star power in the series. Obviously, Barkov, Tkachuk. They pick up Seth Jones in the season. Then they go out and get Marchand at the deadline. I mean, what a team. A very good team got even better. And the Oilers, obviously, McDavid, Draisaitl. They got the depth guys, Corey Perry and Henrique, and just tons of great players on both teams. It's going to be a great series. I'm looking forward to it. I do think if I had to pick... It's a tough one for me to pick. I'm rooting for the Oilers. As many of you know, I love Adam Henrique, former New Jersey Devil, franchise legend forever, scored the game-winning goal in overtime in Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals to knock the Rangers out at home at Prudential Center. Henrique, it's over! Exorcising the demons of Stephane Matteau in the 1994 Game 7 horrific loss the Devils took to the Rangers. And yeah, what a guy. I was crushed when he left. Always was hoping for a reunion down the line. It didn't come to fruition. Edmonton got him last year, and he seems pretty happy there, and he's a great depth piece for them. I'm rooting for the Oilers. Would love to see Rico win a cup. Would love to see it for him, honestly. He's a very good guy. Was a great soldier for the Devils, and want to see him win one before it's all over. Now, I don't know how many more chances can he get. I mean, he got there last year with the Oilers, and they lost, obviously. Hopefully they get it done this year. I am a McDavid fan. I do think he is the best player I have ever seen. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, what about this guy? What about that guy? I'm not talking about in terms of the totality of the career. Obviously, he has a ways to go, and he's never won a cup yet. But on a season-to-season basis, the stuff that McDavid does is not human. It's straight video game stuff that he does in real life. The acceleration, the vision, the speed. McDavid has it all. If you haven't seen him play live, I highly recommend going to see the Oilers when they come to an NHL city near you, because the Connor McDavid show does not disappoint. He is just absolutely electric. So I'm rooting for the Oilers. Henrique, McDavid. They have some other guys I like as well. But my gut's telling me the Panthers are going to pull it off again. I think the Panthers win it in 6. I hope I'm wrong, but they just seem like they're on a mission. Very businesslike. Even after they eliminated the Canes, no one was overly celebrating. They were reluctant to even put on the conference champion hats. They skated over to the Prince of Wales trophy and decided not to pick it up because that's what they did last year, and they won, so they repeated that, didn't pick it up. On the flip side, the Oilers were the opposite. They did pick it up last year and lost, so then this year they didn't pick it up. That's a whole nother topic, whether or not guys, pick up the conference championship trophy. But in the end, while it is an accomplishment, the ultimate goal is the Stanley Cup. And so you do see teams take different approaches. But the Panthers, very businesslike. Very, very businesslike. They know their work is not done. They are still 4 wins away from becoming back-to-back Cup champs. And it's something that is very hard to do in this league. It's very hard to get to the finals 2 years in a row, never mind win the damn thing. And both of these teams found a way to go through the regular season grind, get to the playoffs, and win 3 rounds to get back to the Cup Finals. It should be one for the ages. I'm super pumped for it. I think the Panthers are going to win, but I am rooting for the Oilers. Would love to see Henrique finally get a cup after the long, fruitful career he's had in the league. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who are you picking to win this? Who are you rooting for? Give me your reasons why. I always like seeing the different kind of thought processes behind fans of other teams as to who they're going to be rooting for in the finals if your team's not in it. And obviously, the overwhelming majority of hockey fans' teams are not in the finals. Only 2 teams can get in the finals, right? So most fans are just kind of watching as fans of the sport. But yeah, throw that out there in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys say. And that brings us to the playoff bracket challenge. My bracket was busted in the first round. One of my worst years of doing a bracket ever. I basically was just completely horrible. But we go to the current leaderboard. Well, actually not the leaderboard, but the 2 people who have a chance to win this thing. And when I combed through, a lot of people had all kinds of different teams to win the Cup. Stars, Capitals, whoever it was. A couple people had the Golden Knights. But it's come down for the champion of the Running with the Devils inaugural bracket. It's down to BK Realistic Bracket, who has the Panthers. And if he wins with the Panthers pick, he will have 283 points. And Sid is Tick Puck's bracket 2 has the Oilers. So if the Panthers win the Cup, BK Realistic Bracket will win. And if the Oilers win, Sid is Tick Puck bracket 2 will be the champion of the bracket. And then obviously there'll be a third place that's up in the air. It's possible that the third place person doesn't even have a cup winner. But I'm going to have to see when it all gets regrouped. But yeah, first, second, and third, there will be prizes. Maybe this will be something I do every season going forward. It's been kind of fun to watch. Some of the wind was taken out of my sails, like I said early, because my team's just bombed. And I really deliberated hard over the Lightning Panther series, and I was going to have whoever won that series win the Cup. And I ultimately picked Tampa and had them winning the Cup. Obviously didn't work out. The injury to Tkachuk really rattled me more than it should have. I should have known he's just such a gamer. One of my favorite non-Devils in the league, obviously, along with his brother Brady. Complete throwback players. They don't make them like him anymore. Just does everything. Could score, could pass, could hit, could fight, can agitate. Just a complete throwback like their old man. Keith Tkachuk, what a legend he was. And, man, I loved watching him growing up as well. But, yeah, the Tkachuk brothers, guys, they are just a different breed of hockey player in today's game. And, yeah, the injury to Matthew Tkachuk kind of frightened me off the Panthers. I went with the Bolts, and as a result, my whole bracket was melted down. I could have still been in the thick of this thing if I had went with the Panthers, but it is what it is. Lesson learned. I will definitely not let an injury to a Tkachuk thwart my thought processes so much in the future. But let me know how you guys are doing with your brackets, whether it's in this league or a different league. Yeah, mine's been done forever, but let me know about that. Anything, everything about the playoffs, the Cup Finals, what storylines are you looking forward to? Anything and everything hockey, Devils, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you. I have a lot of stuff brewing, a lot of stuff in the works. For my Devils fans, the Jay Pandolfo interview premieres this Sunday at 5 p.m., so check that out, especially if you're an old-time Devils fan. You guys know how important Jay Pandolfo was on both the 2000 and 2003 Stanley Cup championship teams. I had the chance to sit down and talk to him for a bit a few months back. Premiering Sunday, 5 p.m. Like I said, lots of stuff in the works. I'll be back soon. I have a lot of concepts for videos about league issues as well as Devils-specific stuff that'll be coming out in the next couple weeks. And the offseason continues, guys. What a long offseason for Devils fans, but I'll be here throughout, randomly doing lives, randomly releasing videos on different things that come to mind. But throw it all out there in the comments. I look forward to talking to all of you. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.